And welcome everyone to the Circle Debate Podcast, episode 83, the final episode of 2021. This is the host, Devious One, Ivan C. And I'm here, of course, with the most violent podcaster and the most valuable podcaster of all time, ladies and gentlemen, because he is the undisputed, the unmatched, the unrivaled, the uncensored, and the unscripted, ladies and gentlemen, as we have, by God of podcasting, Money Mike Lopez.
What's up, everybody? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can we hear you?
Can you see me?
We can see you.
Oh, perfect. Okay. I just wanted to say, what's up, Clark Street?
What's going on, Clark Street? That's right. All right, Facebook. Let's go. Yes, let's go.
Yes.
Absolutely. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, man. 83 in, Money Mike. And we're ending it, this 2021 with this bang episode. So let's go ahead and start it off. Let's start off with AEW Dynamite Smash New Year's Eve show. Let's start with the opening match, which we had Private Party, FTR, Matt Hardy, defeating, of course, Jurassic Express, Lucha Bros, and Christian Cage. Now, this match, great opening match, but I do see a little heelish of Christian here. I do see that already seen Jurassic Express and Christian turning heel. I mean, but overall, your thoughts about the whole match, Money Mike, the opening match, and do you see a heel turn on Jurassic Express and Christian?
It makes me want Trios Championships even more. They know what they're doing. Yes, there was, 2 Trios matches as far as I know, or as far as I remember. And this was one of them. And they're always action-packed, man. There's always a lot going on and fast action, which is what I definitely enjoy in my wrestling. This was no different. Now Christian going heel, that's kind of I don't know. I just don't see it happening, or maybe it'll be down the line. Who knows? But I mean, why not, right? If it goes in that direction, I think Christian would probably have a good time with it. One more match and all that good stuff. So yeah, a lot of great moments there with him as heel.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially then, not only that, but even with that promo that the Lucha Bros did on backstage, after the aftermath, when Penta says, "Why you stick it to the past?" When Christian, like, just that promo they cut on Christian was, I actually love that promo. That was a great promo from Lucha Bros, and it was very instanty too. So now that's set up for for the New Year's Day for to the mothership, to TBS. As there'll be Lucha Bros defending the tag team titles versus Jurassic Express. So that match I'm looking forward to see. All right, and then we have 2.0, Daniel Garcia defeating Eddie Kingston and Santana Ortiz. We did see the Good Joke. The Good Joke made his return. He looked like a little heavy there, buddy. Too much vodka there. Too much. No disrespect, Jericho. You're still a good joke, regardless of not. You're still a good joke. But yes, we see Jericho coming in, making the save after, in the aftermath, as we're getting, 2.0, and Garcia was beating down Santana Ortiz and Eddie Kingston. And of course, the aftermath of that was we see Eddie and Jericho are, arguing with each other. I don't need your help. Who said, I needed your help? I came here to save you. I don't need you to save me. But are we going to see a future Eddie Kingston Jericho match? What are we looking at here, Money Mike?
Yeah, why not? I mean, come on. Who wouldn't want to see that match happen? The mic skills of Eddie Kingston, the mic skills of Jericho, going back and forth there. And I feel like Kingston is going around, feuding with all these guys, and hopefully he's able to get a win here over Jericho, because he's lost against Punk, he's lost against Danielson, he's lost against many others, right? Miro as well. Moxley. He's taken enough losses, and I know that Jericho likes to put over young talent. So, and he's able to do that without, it looking bad on him. So, I would like for Kingston to finally get one over a former WWE guy.
Oh yeah, I actually do not actually disagree with that. I agree with you 100%. I actually would like that for that to happen. Of course, Ted, Ivy, everyone, Ref Amy, everybody from Rewind Wrestling Network. Love you guys. Happy New Year's to you as well, fam. We appreciate you for tuning in. But yes, I do agree with you on that. I want to see Eddie getting a win over Jericho. I think it's about time that Eddie deserves a win. I don't know why, why does this keep happening to Eddie? I know that he likes to go ahead and push the talent over, but I want to see Eddie get his time to shine. Why not? I think he deserves to have his time to shine. So I'm with you in that 100%. And of course, we do see this promo from MJF. The Bidding War 2024. We already know what that means. And people who are not familiar with that's when his contract with AEW is up on 2024. The Bidding War, because there was already out the rumor in your windows that WWE is interested of signing MJF. And of course, that's what he mentioned, that he threw it out there in a segment that, this is going to be a war between AEW and WWE. Who's going to outbid each other? But we already know MJF's not going to go anywhere. He is going to stay, in AEW. And yes, there you go. Absolutely. He does.
Don't be so sure. Don't be so sure, man. Money talks. Everybody's got a price for the $1 billion man, Vince McMahon.
That is just good shit. Yes.
I mean, if you look at Eddie, I was about to say Eddie Kingston, MJF's fandom, he's been a WWE fan forever. So I'm pretty sure he would definitely like to go out there and see himself across the ring from Randy Orton or Edge, right? So Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Definitely. Who definitely knows? But yes, Eddie Kingston does need a win. And this is an example of AEW / WCW 2.0. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. All right. And this is the segment that I want you to touch bases on, because this is the one that I enjoyed, and it was fantastic. And that was the Dan Lambert and Brandy promo. Oh my God, I enjoyed it. From that Transformer tattoo on your neck, to calling Brandy Bambi, and then Brandy calling Lambert, less of a talent of Paul Heyman. Nope, Jim Cornette, I like to be preferred. Oh, I'm pretty sure Jim Cornette one. I cannot wait to hear what he has to say when he hears that. I cannot wait to hear his thoughts. He's probably gonna be excited, like, oh hell yeah, he mentioned my name, yeah, motherfuckers, yeah, Jim Cornette. I mean, you never know. But man, this segment was awesome, man. You talk to me, Money Mike. Talk to me.
It goes to show how big of a wrestling fan Lambert is. He knows he obviously has that kind of old school mentality of that is shared with Jim Cornette, especially, and it comes through in his promos about what his problems, kayfabe or not, what his problems with AEW are, and so I definitely can see that he's a Jim Cornette guy, just similar to our good friend Leo, by the way. Shout out to Leo, and so. This promo, man, it's like you go back when you're in middle school and you're going back and forth roasting with your buddies and all that stuff. Like it's entertainment, and yeah, I was all for it. And it's funny that Brandy started the promo with the same "Who the hell do you think you are?" and all that, because she knew that when she delivered that with Jade, it hit then and it's hitting now. And so very, very cool, man. I enjoyed it. And then you got a black belt. Well, I'm a black bitch, she said.
I love that. That was epic, man.
Was say what you want about Brandy, but she can be entertaining as well.
See, they even agree with you. You're not wrong at all, Money Mike. Oh,
No, no, never,
never
never.
that.
That's why Tony Khan watches.
That's right, man. Adding Lambert to AEW has been awesome. I just love his mic. I just wish he could, teach some talent, teach some of the talent how to speak on the mic, because that guy knows how to fucking terrible promo, make it so realistic. Such good shit. I want to say this. Yes, that's good shit. I can literally say that, but man, I can't. So now we're gonna get this feud. Now they're going from the men of the year now with against the Nightmare Factory. So I mean, I like the direction, I guess, the shuffling around, but I might have to do stick with the heels. I need men of the year to now step up, and I would not be surprised or be upset that if one of them takes the TNT away from Cody, or make it a triple threat maybe, and then from there you never know what's going to happen. You could have and I'm going to mention WWE on this. You can have like a no way out type of pay-per-view. Remember Austin versus Taker and Kane? They both pinned them, and there was no champion. You could have maybe that too. That could happen with with Men of the Year and Cody. But obviously they already announced for coming up for tomorrow for Rampage, which Cody versus Ethan Page for the TNT title. But maybe that storyline could maybe work. I don't know. But then at the same time, you don't want them to split.
Listen,
you tell me.
I feel like this was a missed opportunity. If they were gonna take the title from Sammy, it should have been either Ethan Page or Scorpio Sky taking it instead of Cody. Cody did not need it. No, Cody does not need that title for a third time, at least not yet, right? Men of the Year have been talking, or should I say, Dan Lambert has been talking about Men of the Year all this time, hyping them up and this and that. And here's your opportunity, son. Take it. And, now it's highly unlikely that they're going to take it away from Cody. But I feel like they would have benefited a lot more.
I agree 100%. It should have been at least Ethan. I should have wanted Ethan, to be honest. I'm a big fan of his work. I wouldn't mind seeing Ethan becoming the TNT World Champion. I'm a fan of Scorpio too, but but if it's this type of storyline, like a No Way Out type of storyline, I think it will kind of fit with it, kind of work, or have them, be like co-champions. Maybe that will work too. I mean, it all depends.
Split it in half, like Lake Cool.
Yes,
you're not enough for me.
Cody is yes. Even oh my god, yes, the Lake. Oh yes, but we already know that Cody's trying to be the next Cena. We said that since the beginning, when the beginning of AEW, he's been trying to be that, and especially him doing the open challenge for the TNT belt when he had random, talent that came and challenged him. So it's given. Cody's really trying his best to be up there. That's just. All right, let's move on to the TBS tournament, the semifinal, which was Jade Cargill versus Thunder Rosa. And, of course, Jade Cargill with the upset because of a little assistance who is now officially All Elite, and that is Mercedes Martinez, and who came in the assistance of assisting Cargill to get the upset over Thunder Rosa. Of course, we just see Ruby Soho coming out, trying to make the save during the aftermath. Now, let me ask you this question, Money Mike. Now, first of all, about the match and the follow-up question, does Mercedes fit well to be aligned with Jade Cargill, especially a veteran herself who's been in the business for 20 years, all over the independent scene and obviously NXT. We've seen her in the Mae Classic. With her being added to the team of Cargill, does it fit for Jade? And probably she can help out, psychologically to help her get better in-ring skills ability.
Also, let me just say that I do not think that they're teaming up or that there's any link there. Reason being, or the evidence is that they left in different locations. If you noticed, Mercedes Martinez went towards the left, Jade went up the ramp. They
Mhm.
did not show up together. They did not leave together. That's why I don't think that there may be a link or a team up there. I feel like it seemed like she was there in her own agenda, which is, pretty intriguing on its own. Why did she go after Thunder? Right? So, what's going to come after this? And yeah, so questions have come up here. And but definitely I don't think that it would be a team yet. Who knows? But at this point, I'm very intrigued. Stay thirsty, my friends. Oh, I like that. At this point, I really want to see that there will be a feud for sure. Just like Facebook user is saying, that he thinks that it's going to be Mercedes versus Thunder Rosa. I think that this is going to happen in the meantime that Thunder is going to get ready for Britt Baker. Everybody's waiting for that match, right? It's almost a year since their non-sanctioned match, and I feel like I feel like she's going to be the next women's champion. So, just my opinion.
You know what?
But other,
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. But other than
yeah,
that, yeah.
yeah. Other than that, as far as the TBS tournament, I do have kind of a bone to pick here because
Uh-oh.
it seems that this tournament was not thought out as far as timeline. We went probably like 2 or 3 weeks, correct me if I'm wrong, without any matches for this tournament. There was like a big gap that happened, and the momentum was kind of lost, in my opinion, of this tournament, and the interest was kind of going down. And oh yeah, this is still a thing. But hopefully for the Owen Hart tournament, they're able to schedule it a little bit better. So there's that.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm with you on that. Uh just with this, with Jade winning, I think she's gonna take it all now. And
Really?
I'm not. I think she is. I mean, as much as I would love Ruby to win it, because like I mentioned last week's episode, I did mention, I hope she does too as well. I kind of wanted to see that Thunder and Ruby match, but it's fine. But because now you're gonna have Thunder to feud with Mercedes, and I don't mind that feud either. I don't think that feud wouldn't be bad either. They do have a long history together in the independent scene, so I'm not surprised. But definitely, I would like to see um, uh, Jade to win it, actually, because the fact is that the way how they're putting her over, and the way how she's improved, at least in the ring. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was a couple botches in this match that, for me, it threw me off. It just didn't seem like Thunder wasn't very agile for me. I guess you're trying to set up for her for Jade to be the because she's the bigger female, and obviously, and she's bigger than Thunder. But just, I don't know if you noticed, but I kind of noticed that it was kind of like off a little bit. But other than that, I think now with this, I think Jade might win it. I think Jade, this is going to be her time. Unless they pull up, unless they pull, the underdog story for Ruby. And I think, and like I said, for me, at the end of the day, this should be, I'm hoping they deliver a great TBS finals coming up between Ruby and Jade. And like I said, Jade's performance, last night was okay. She did sell with the, sold the knee a little bit. So she, she's developing, and I like it. And I like her and Mark Sterling for sure. So, I mean, but yes. Yeah, there you go. She did lose a step. I noticed that. And
I
that's
noticed it
rough.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I think they went off a step. I kind of noticed that when she off the ropes. If you notice that, like, when she came off the apron, it looked like for a minute like she kind of like tweaked her ankle. But I'm like, did she mess up her ankle or something? Yeah, something was off, and I kind of felt it too. So you're absolutely right, Rob. Yes, you're absolutely right. Let me see. When Seth Rollins has a contract with Redbox, but He is the one who can be excluded from day one. Okay, yes, we will definitely get to day one pretty soon, shortly. We will talk about that. So we will definitely talk about that. But yes, yep, there you go. Exactly. Definitely. But yes, we'll just have to wait to see what happens in that TBS tournament. Now let's get into this. I mean, this segment doesn't really mean much. You're talking about the CM Punk. I mean, yes, it's the first time in Daly's place. He didn't mention, John Huber. He didn't mention Brody Lee. Well, speaking upon of, and of course JR. We're glad he's back. Wish him, cancer free. Congratulations, JR. We're happy for you. I'm glad. And then also, just the only one that CM Punk threw that had the crowd kind of like, what? Was, of course, a Tim Tebow one. When he mentioned, Tony Khan spending his con money on, instead of on Tim Tebow. I was just like, okay, I wasn't really much of that segment. Well, what's going on? Championship on the line.
Championship on the line. What's up?
What's up? Yes, sir. And Punk has got. He needs to. He did lose a lot of weight. I mean, he did.
Training at Rufus Sport that it does that to you. But I want to say that I have no idea who Tim Tebow is.
Quarterback.
I know he's a football guy. Yes. Yeah. I was like, okay, who's that? But other than that, this promo kind of told me something, and that's that they're not gonna go ahead with MJF versus CM Punk yet. They probably started this off as and honestly, with all the points that he went over, I feel like this was the point. The point was it's not happening. MJF keeps running away, so the match is not going on right now. So, he basically said that down the line, for whether it's for a title or to get to a title, then their paths will cross. So, we're gonna have to be patient. We're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, and I feel like Punk is gonna move on to something else. And meanwhile, MJF is going to possibly try to chase for the title, whether it's TNT or the World Heavyweight, right?
Right.
So I feel that's my takeaway from that.
Yeah, well, it doesn't make just. I'm with you. I think they should, but unless they're trying to save it for, which is the next event for what AEW Revolution, right? Unless they're trying to save it for that, maybe they're probably saving it for that occasion. I thought they were going to do it. You know how we spoke about it like in the archives. Better subscribe in the archives. We spoke about. We thought they were going to go ahead and do it on the TBS when they go to the TBS. I thought they were going to go ahead and move forward with that, but they didn't. So
I think that was the original plan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, could be. You're right. Absolutely, it could be that. And now let's go to the main event of the evening. Of course, we heard the crowd undisputed. We heard it, yes. But the most beautiful shit is the Ring of Honor days, the Red Dragon, New Japan days. It's a theme song. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Oh, I enjoyed it. Yes, we'll get to Hook in a minute. But yes, I enjoyed that. Just seeing Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, that brings me the memories of Ring of Honor and New Japan days. And then with the with the theme song, oh man, that's old school. And then with the logo, Red Dragon, that's good shit. I'm gonna say right now, damn it, book it, Bucks and Red Dragon, damn it. We gotta see it on AEW. It has to happen, and maybe it will. And it will happen, right?
Yeah,
it will happen. He was not in the main event, man. He was not there. But yes, this match. Great for for best friends as well, and for Orange. All six of them did a awesome performance. All six of them. Kudos to all of them. And then we did see the outcome of it because the Bucks came out, interfered, double super kick, made them get the upset. But prior to that, we see Kyle hitting Adam Cole by accident. I don't know where they're going with this direction, Money Mike. We said it, probably before, and are we heading to the? I mean, I don't know what they're going to be called now. They can't use Undisputed unless they just only call themselves Undisputed and not Arrow. Unless they use that, right? Versus the Elite, which will be the Bucks, and then the return of Kenny Omega, later on. What are we seeing here, Money Mike?
Is there a reason why they're just referred to as Red Dragon? And not coming up with a collective name. Maybe there's a reason behind that. Someone's tired of the Bucks.
Rob is tired of the Bucks. Yes.
You know what? I'm a big Bucks fan at this point. I got the shirt going on. Yeah. So the reason being that they kind of opened my eyes to tag team wrestling a little bit more. I just got tired of seeing the WWE style over and over again. But that's beside the point. What I want to say about this is that this is going to be another long-term storyline. We saw it with Kenny Omega and Hangman, something that took over a year to, get to the climax. I feel like the same thing is going to happen here where, we're going to wait. We're going to, hey, that is actually my middle name. So, it's going to be worth the wait. Definitely. And, it honestly, now that I think about it, when Kyle O'Reilly said, "Oh, we have heat and this and that," that's AEW kind of taking into account what happened at the end of NXT for them, right? Where they had their match and they were at odds, and you can see that AEW brings in whatever happens anywhere else. It existed, it happened. They don't just wipe it under the rug like WWE does. So yeah, I mean, their match happened and people saw it, and it was just a few months ago. So it's canon in AEW storyline. So there you
go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're right about that. For them to actually bring it up from NXT, what happened in their feud with O'Reilly and Cole, bringing it to AEW. Oh, how can I trust you? We had our differences in the past. I'm like, nah, I think the way how this direction is going, I think we are going to see that. We are going to get that match. And, and they asked Tony Khan, well, what were your thoughts on bringing Kyle? Did you really want to reunite him? Like, it was a dream come true. He wanted to do that. Well, besides Kyle, besides Roderick Strong, he's stuck in NXT because he resigned. So, I mean, it's unfortunate. It would have been nice to have, Roderick to be alongside. If you're going to acknowledge the dispute, you have to acknowledge the heat between them. Of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree 100%. You have to acknowledge that. And they did a great job of acknowledging that. Obviously, Bobby Fish, even in NXT, Bobby Fish was the middleman. He's like, what's going on? What's going on here? Why are you guys fighting? So it makes absolute sense for that to happen. So I cannot wait to see what's going to happen later on with these, with these individuals. Are we going to see this heat? Or they're going to be the super faction, what everybody says. I mean, we don't know yet. We don't know. But yes, I think that's what's going to happen. I agree. I think Cole might turn on the Bucks. And then for them, yes, I remember, yes, Ring of Honor, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. When the Bucks kicked out Adam Cole before he went to NXT, they kicked him out of the Bullet Club. So, yes, it could be karma. Could be, hey, karma's a bitch, and here you go. So he could turn on the Bucks and join with O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. They could become the Red Dragon. Or like I said, it could be just undisputed because we are undisputed. That's it. Could be just that. They can't. We used to swear that Vince is going to fucking sue him for, damn, pal, you just took my name. No. Undisputed Era. You can't sue him for one word.
I mean, they can.
Oh, yeah, James.
They can, but I would just because there's as we know, there's undisputed, undefeated, unrivaled, unmatched. There's many words that start with UN. So,
and uncensored.
Ooh.
Oh, just be patient. Yes, We're being patient.
Tranquilo.
Tranquilo. Just like we're being patient, Devin. We are. We're being patient. We are being patient. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Who knows what name they're going to be using? They can't bust FTR like FTR, or UE, like UE. Really, what does UE means? Europe? Like, nah, they can't do that. All right, in the preview for Rampage, obviously coming up, we see Darby Allin versus Anthony Bowens. We have Penelope Ford and the Bunny versus, Tay Conti and Anna Jay in a street fight. I think I'm intrigued to seeing that. I want to see what's going to happen on that. I am. A street fight with 4 women? Why the hell not? I think it's about time. We need to see some hardcore women's pro wrestling.
For a moment, I thought you were going to say HLA.
No.
Deep cut in there.
Yeah, maybe TVMA, but no, I respect my women wrestlers, man. Love them all.
Not to spoil anything, this is not a spoiler whatsoever. But I did see an image. I'm not going to say specifically of what, but as we all know, Rampage is filmed. But something very interesting happens during that match that I have seen. So. Just that if you were thinking about whether or not tuning in on New Year's Eve, tune in, because it's gonna get interesting.
I cannot wait. That's the one match that I'm actually really intrigued to see, and also the opening match for Darby and Anthony Bowens. Want to see that? Of course, the main event we have Cody Rhodes, anybody but Cody, hashtag that, versus defending the TNT belt versus Ethan Page. Should be the Eagle winning that belt, not freaking Cody. Damn it. Damn shame. It's a damn shame. But oh well, it is what it is. All right, let's move on to pro wrestling news, ladies and gentlemen. As we all know that we heard the recent announcement of Toni Storm release from WWE. As we all know that the speculations that she requested her release, and they granted to her. She has been doing, based on the reports of what I've read, they're basically basing it on that, she was doing house shows. She pinned Charlotte Flair. She was doing live shows, triple threat match between her, Sasha, and Charlotte. And then just out of the blue, just decided to go home. Pack her bags and go home and send a note. Hey, I'm done. I quit. Man, they let her go. There still hasn't been no more further details of the release, but this is a big. Oh
goodness!
Yeah.
Rikishi ain't got nothing on that.
Rikishi got nothing on that. No. Juice Robinson, that's all respect. All right, don't get mad at us. This is all respect.
We kid.
We kid. We are TVMA, but we're not. But yes, other than that. This is a big loss for me, in my opinion, straight out for WWE. They signed her in 2017. She was, did fantastic in the Mae Young, Classic. She former NXT UK Women's Champion. They didn't use her. This is why sometimes we bash WWE, ladies and gentlemen. Not that we don't want to cover it too much. It's these fucking specific reasons because of shit like this. So you have a high talented woman who's a former Stardom Princess champion who is known in Japan, very, 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 very known. Had incredible matches out there in Japan. Well, even with Io Shirai before they even came to the States. And you really, you don't use her at all. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, come on. I mean, yes, she is a great talent. That's what really upsets me. And what I did like, though, Money Mike, that when that announcement was done, automatically Britt Baker posted a picture of her and Toni Storm, or just her. Or just only Toni Storm herself. Like, I wouldn't mind. Right now, I know people are really, really upset with Tony Khan of why you're signing all these former WWE people. He did make a comment, he made an interview about that. It's that, he's choosing the talent that he wants wisely. But yes, I know, I agree. They were going to ruin her anyways. I mean, She did have an okay match on SmackDown with Charlotte. I'll give her that. It wasn't the best, but she had an okay match. I wanted to, and it was supposed to happen in day one, I guess. Rumoring your windows, which is tomorrow. I mean, which is actually on Saturday, day one. It was supposed to be Charlotte versus Toni Storm for the SmackDown Women's Championship on day one, but looks like that's been scratched off. So that's what I know by far. But Tony Khan mentioned, he's choosing his talents carefully, who he has to choose. And, he just, regardless, he's going to continue to grow the roster. So I don't know. I'm hoping that's a great pickup if Tony Khan gets, Toni Storm. Or even Toni Storm freelances, goes anywhere. I will be happy with that if she does too. She can go to NWA. She can go to Impact. She could go even, heck, I mean, she can go anywhere. I mean, the girl's phenomenal. But yes, Money Mike, your thoughts about it?
Yeah, it's I hear different things. I heard that she just quit. I heard that that she asked for her release. I guess it's kind of potato there. But at the end of the day, it seems that she just didn't want to be there. And for whatever reason it may be, I'm sure she knows that whatever they had planned for her, that she just didn't want to be a part of that. And, everybody needs to be happy with where they're at, and not just in wrestling, in anything. So good on her. She stood up for what she believes in. And yeah, wow, right? Women of wrestling, that's something that's bubbling to get started. I think 2022.
Yes.
That could be a pretty good option for her. That's one option. NWA, Impact. There's options, people. There's places you can go, right? And it's not all just AEW. And of course, if the Forbidden Door opens even more, then who knows? Maybe the DMD versus Toni Storm match can happen. So, yeah, no, honestly, I bash on WWE all the time, but they saw that somebody was just not happy being there, and they let them go. And honestly, with all the releases that have happened, especially this past year, I wouldn't be surprised if they released a lot of people just because of morale and them not really wanting to be there, and maybe not saying it publicly, but behind the scenes and all that. So yeah, you can't get mad at WWE for that. They let her go when technically they had her under contract, and they didn't have to let her go, right? So, but they decided to do that. She's still young, and if towards the comments about Tony Khan and being a little bit more picky now, it's great because he's got Hall of Famers in his roster. He's got veterans, world champions. Get some youth in there, get more younger talent involved, and to mix in with that. And she doesn't seem old to me, so yeah, I think.
Hey, you never know,
stranger
Rob.
things have happened.
You never know, Rob, if that happens.
Shane McMahon's been released apparently, so
yes, he parted ways.
So there you go. Daddy Vinnie Mac, he's relentless, he's ruthless. So
because he has Nick Khan next to him. You should let him go. Hey, you're paying him too much money. You already give him money. They're your kids. You never know. I have no idea. Yeah. But the one thing is, Rob put up a good point in the comments. Good thing is that Toni is not a WWE homegrown talent. She's her own because, like I said, I mentioned Japan. She did a phenomenal work up in Japan and all over the States, and independent and the independent circuit as well, and up in UK. So she has her name for herself. She started very young, how you mentioned, and man, the girl's fantastic. She has it. I can't wait. Yes, but
Vastatek. Yes, for our German listeners, danke.
That's right. But absolutely, I mean, with Toni, I'm not mad at WWE either. I mean, at least how you mentioned about the morale, let them go, it's fine. It's the best way for them to do business, and why keep someone there that are not happy? Just let them go. Let it go. Go. So but if I was them, I would have been like, no, let's just figure something out. What could I do? What do you need? Do you need the belt? Is it that desperate? I mean, the problem for me was that they never booked her when they put her in the main roster in October. They really didn't use her much. She only made a couple appearances. She lost to Selena Vega in a freaking less than a 5 minute match. And that's what pissed me off there. I'm like, what's up with that? Why? Why would you
do that?
And that's what got me upset. But I just wish you for the best. I'm not saying future endeavors because they didn't release you. You asked for it, so you got yourself released, Tony Storm. So good luck for you. Hope we see you very, very soon. I cannot wait. And like you mentioned too about the Owen Hart tournament, you never know for the women's because they have yes. Oh yeah, I don't know about that. It's a 50-50 for me there.
The evidence is there, man. The evidence is there.
Well, maybe one person I think doesn't, and it's probably brainwashing that other individual. I have no idea. Yes, they have. We've spoken about it so many times that they abandoned the women's revolution. They need to bring it back, and hopefully they do. I'm hoping they actually do bring that back. They need to. They had the opportunity, and they slipped on it. They just slipped on it. I don't know what happened. I can't tell you. Wish we knew the answers, but whoever is besides, Vince's ear telling him, like, hey, get rid of this shit. Well, it's working, unfortunately. But let's hope that, other promotions are able to do it better. Let's hope so. All right. And then the other, wrestling news that got to me. I know we talked about him last week. Del Rio. He mentioned that, I don't know. Yeah, he did mention, I'm going to debut in AEW at some point. I've been talking to them. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. It's a tough one that Del Rio, stating that he's going to get, we might see him in AEW. So how do you feel about that money, Mike?
We may not. I don't know. And honestly, I kind of don't care. No offense to the guy, but it's just I don't see him making an impact, no pun intended, anywhere, or a big noise. He's not a spring chicken anymore. He's not a young guy. He's again, and I'll bring back that Tito Ortiz loss. Quite embarrassing there. I think, and everything that goes along with him. Literally everything outside of the ring, right? With a certain, WWE former women's champion, everything that happened there. I'm not surprised if he's getting problems getting booked in Mexico and anywhere else. Honestly, if
that's the only place he can get booked. He can't get booked anywhere else. Only in Mexico.
If anything, maybe NWA would probably be a place. Maybe. Just a stretch there.
I don't know if Billy Corgan wants to do that, but we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe that does happen. Yes. According to his story, that basically she exposed him. They had a confidential agreement, and so she exposed him. So she broke that agreement. So now he's going to be bashing her, supposedly, according to his side of the story. So I'm not quite sure.
If he feels bad about that, then there's something there to hide.
No.
Old-fashioned wrestling.
No. Oh. I don't know about that. No, I don't think that's going to happen. Not a good idea.
The hottest free agent in wrestling today going to old-fashioned?
Let's hope not. And of course, Now I want to ask you this other question in the pro wrestling news, Money Mike. As we
Please.
are known, as next week we have NXT New Year's Evil, we are seeing now the relinquish of the cruiserweight because it looks like 205 is gone, and now they're gonna unify the cruiserweight and the North American Championship between Roderick Strong and Carmelo Hayes. Now, let me ask you in regards for the cruiserweight championship. Is this a good or a bad idea for them to get rid of it? Or was it even a good idea to bring it back in the first place?
I wouldn't say it was a bad idea to bring it back. I do remember looking back at 205 and the idea of it when I first heard about it. I thought it was, it was a cool thing. You got a lot of high flyers, cruiserweights, and whatnot. And I definitely liked when they brought it into NXT. I felt that it was able to stay there if it didn't have 205. But at the same time, and yeah, the cruiserweight,
Yes, it was amazing.
everything, all that was amazing. A lot of the great talent there. But you know what? It's time. Let's move on. It had a good run. I like the look of the belt. It was definitely one of my latest favorites that has come out in the modern era. And yeah, it's time.
Yeah, it sucks that the way how they treated it. It has this double-edged sword, but I think the real if AEW is able to manage, what the roster they have, I think WWE could have done it too, and I believe they have the opportunity. I feel that, yes, of course, we already know. It's just that Vince McMahon, they're not big. Goddamn, pal, they're shorter than me. Yeah, it's like a toothpick. Damn. I don't know. I don't know. If that's the case, of course, we know Vince loves big guys. I don't know why. No wonder why they made fun of him he likes the COCK, DX. Oh. That's right. But yes, what the Cruiserweight Classic was, it all began there. And everything was great, seeing all these different talents. Cedric Alexander, we saw TJP, obviously becoming the first Crown, Kota Ibushi, Tony Nese. We saw so much incredible talent. And then when they moved to 205, I was a little skeptical at the beginning because it's like you're gonna have the same talent on the 205. Might as well just put them on NXT in the first place, which they should have done. Put them on NXT, mix it around with that. Maybe because of the oversaturation of the talent they had at the time. That's why they separated it, the 205 Live. But now, with the ending of this, and I hope Roderick Strong wins, because if he loses, then I think they're going to bury him. I think he's done. That's what I'm afraid for. I'm afraid for the guy, but hopefully not. Because the best thing that's going on NXT right now is Diamond Mine. And like I say, the Toxic Attraction, Ciampa's still there. And, who else? Cameron Grimes is there. LA Knight's still there. I'll give it a Braun Breaker, I guess. You could keep calling him, I guess. Carmelo Hayes and the, new kids. Yes, I agree. Maybe that could have been the best way to do it, is make a tournament. But make it like an 8-man instead of a 16. Or, I don't know. What do you think, Money Mike? Should have kept it that way?
Kind of, sort of a sidebar thing here that similar to this format of the Cruiserweight Classic. Yeah, the presentation was awesome. I hope that AEW sees that and does the Owen Hart Cup in a similar format. Maybe not exclusive to cruiserweights, but in a way, just how it's presented. I think that would be cool to see, especially with the Forbidden Door wide open there.
Yeah,
like a World Cup.
Yeah, what they could have done. Yeah, or TNA did like that. When TNA had when it was NWA TNA, they had their X Cup, You know, they invite everybody from around the world, from Mexico, Japan, UK. You know, that actually, yes, would have worked out too. But I don't know. It sucks, you know, and a lot of these towns were, you know, were let go, and because of that reason. But you know, it's an unfortunate, like I say. Man, it just sucks. Another good news though for Impact. You know, they have Jonah, formerly known Bronson Reed, you know, signed, you know, a lengthy, you know, contract with Impact. So he's going to be there for a little bit, not much of a short term, a little bit, you know, 50-50. Oh, well, yes, that would have, oh, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, we'll talk about that pretty soon. Oh, man. And of course, David Richards signed a multi-deal with MLW. I'm very happy for him that he signed a multi-year deal with him. Sami Callihan just got his screws you know, got the screws out of his ankle. So we hopefully to see him back soon on Impact. And like I said, you got to give it an impact, ladies and gentlemen. They're actually making an impact, pun intended, you could say. So I mean, they're doing the best they can, and hopefully them as well. I mean, they get a lot of Ring of Honor stars to compete in their territory, you know, on their platform, hopefully. So I'm, you know, hoping for them. In regards for the Ring of RH Pure tournament, Pure Rules that you were speaking about, Rob. Shibata announced that he will be having his match on Wrestle Kingdom Pure Rules style. Pretty much, well, except for the broke break. It's more catch wrestling. So you cannot pound in the face. You could only just do catch wrestling. So he will be having that. We still don't know who's he facing. They haven't announced him as of yet for Wrestle Kingdom. So we're looking forward to seeing Shibata back coming up, and not this weekend, but the following weekend. And I can't wait to have Money, you know, have Matt Callis back to speak about that. So I'm looking forward to speaking about that. Now let's move. Oh, and by the way, one more thing for New Japan. I want to give for New Japan strong new beginnings. Congratulations to our brothers, and that is, of course, Midnight Heat, as they will be making their debut on New Japan Strong New Beginnings. Make sure you are subscribed every Friday, ladies and gentlemen, on NewJapanWorld.com. It was so hard to subscribe. It's, you know, I would subscribe to that than the Peacock, or just, you know, see New Japan World better. So yes, but definitely, yes, it was a fantastic match, a 5-minute match between him and Zack Sabre Jr. Yes, absolutely. You know, yes, it could be a two-night pay-per-view. They're speaking about that. There's room in your windows in regards for that. So I'm looking forward to see if that does happen. Now let's get into. People are asking for Money Mike, so we have to do it. We're gonna have to do it. I know
they give the people
say it. Gotta give the people what they want, and we have to. Oh, absolutely. New Japan Strong is underrated. So, I mean, we're hoping for the best for 2022 for them. And I hope they actually be on a rise, which I feel they will now with Jay White being here more in the States, you know, and then having involved Christopher Daniels too, Jonah as well. So I'm hoping we get to see New Japan Strong back on the horizon, and especially here for the States. I'm looking forward to that. Now let's get into it. Let's give the people what they want. Dirty Heels, we love you guys. Let's get into it. WWE Day 1. This is happening in January. It's New Year's Day. You know, besides this, before we even touch that subject, I want to get your thoughts about one thing that WWE shocked me. And I don't know if you feel the same way, Money Mike, when they announced prior, okay, even though with this, you know, with the whole global pandemic situation is on a rise once again, and they announced that they're not doing no longer testing, and I'm just like, what's up with that? And why would you do that? Like, you know, yes, I know Jesus Christ. I don't
Tribal
know. Yeah,
Chief.
Tribal
Uh-oh.
Chief. Yes, here we go. Tribal Chief. But we'll get into him right now. Give us a moment. Give us a moment. We'll get there. But I want to talk about this first, and I want to get everybody's thoughts about it too. Was that the right call for WWE to do that? I mean, even prior to that, we had people, stars like, for example, Seth Rollins is one of the, how they mentioned earlier. I mean, is he going to be in the card or not? Are they going to make an additional one? Is it going to be now a triple threat? Because because of COVID restrictions, COVID situation. Was this the right call for WWE to do that, Money Mike? And why? I mean, why would you do that? It doesn't make sense.
Why would you do that? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. As far as I know, they did not explain why they decided to do this. Roman Reigns, he's high risk still. He took some time off because of leukemia. People have families that they go back home to. Who knows who's there that might be vulnerable to the virus? There's so much that goes into a decision like this. It affects a lot of people, and a lot of people, yes, they might feel fine, but not everybody's the same. So, why would they do that? There is no. What's up, Professor X and Money Mike? Hey, what up?
Oh, that's right, Dom. What's up?
It's hard to say because I don't know why they did it. Why would you do that? That is the main question here. Why would they do that? Is it because of budget cuts, right? Despite having the best year financially, we don't know. So it's hard to say. It's hard to,
It is a tough call. That's scary. If I was an employee of WWE, I would be feared. I mean, we're not here to talk politics about that pandemic because obviously people feel different about it, and like I said, everybody has their beliefs, everybody has their opinions. We're not here to judge about that when it comes to that. But this, like how they mentioned, in the comments that yes, how Rob mentioned that, Roman is a high risk. It's just not. That's not a good thing, man. I don't know why would they do that. It should not be done. Not at all. It shouldn't be done. No bueno. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna highlight this, bro. I don't think I am.
I mean, regardless
I want to stay out of that.
Regardless of whatever beliefs the higher ups have, because the one man, Vince McMahon, whatever he believes in affects everybody, all the employees. And we're not just talking about the wrestlers themselves. We're talking about the families of the road crew and the wrestlers and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's just not a smart decision.
Yeah. I mean, like how Dom said, it's just common sense. I mean, come on. You want to protect your talent. You want to protect your employees. I mean, it's not looking good at all. I don't know we got to see what's the outcome after the New Year's weekend after day one. And so now let's get into it. Let's get into it. All we know is that the kickoff show, you have Cesaro and Ricochet versus Sheamus, Shamas, and Ridge Holland. They just added this to the kickoff show that we just happened early today. So that's one of the main, in the kickoff show. And then we have the main card, which we have RK Bro versus the Street Profits versus, Angelo and Montez Ford. Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss. Riddick Moss, by the way. Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan for the Raw Women's Championship. And, of course, we have Edge versus The Miz. And we have the SmackDown Tag Team Championships as the Usos will be facing the New Day, Kofi and King Woods. And, of course, you have the Universal Championship, Brock Lesnar, as he's challenging the Tribal Chief. Acknowledge him. That is Roman Reigns. Acknowledge him. And, of course, we have Biggie defending the WWE Championship in a four-way question mark. Now it should be three-way. It's supposed to be Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, and Seth Rollins. I don't know if Rollins will be back because the last time I heard during the Christmas holiday, he tested positive. Unless they replace him with Finn Balor, which they should replace him with Finn Balor. I think that's the right call, in my opinion. Put Finn Balor in there.
Kind of what you're just mentioning, it kind of maybe answers my question of why they're dropping the tests. It might be so that they don't lose talent. It might be, well, he tested positive, so now he can't be on the pay-per-view, right? Say his name and hit the Destiny's Child.
Say my name.
It's just crazy, man. Who would have thunk it that Seth Rollins can't be in the match because of COVID, right? I'm not. People know everybody watching already knows that I do not watch WWE much anymore these days. I have not kept up. All I hear is the news, and that I'm not liking what I hear about the matches. I think that it's kind of meh, and it's just part of the road to WrestleMania. I get it, but I wouldn't say that this pay-per-view captures my attention quite a bit.
It doesn't. And like how Rob said, are they really going to change the presentation, the look, or is it just a name? It's the name of the pay-per-view, of course. We know that. I know. We are. And
Roman Reigns walked into the crowd, put a mask on. So why can't Rollins just put one on himself? So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's man. This pay-per-view. The only thing that really intrigued me, I could say that hasn't been a bad story, will be the Miz and Edge. I've been watching the highlights of Raw. All you need is like 5 minutes to watch the highlights. You don't need to see the whole 3-hour show. But that so far has been a little intriguing, I could say. And I'm going to say right now, Miz is underrated when it comes to his heel. People give him shit, and I'm sorry, and I hate to say it, but Miz, is the reason why people tune in, because they just want to see his getting his ass whooped. So, I mean, you got to give the Miz his credit. I can say that's the only great thing about Raw what's going on. Yes, hopefully they hit the reset. We hope so. That's for 2022 wishes for WWE. To hit the reset button. So, yeah, why not?
Now that you mention, I'm not tuning in either.
No.
I do watch highlights here and there, and yes, Miz and Edge is definitely WWE's answer to CM Punk versus MJF. What I was going to say was, what kind of grinds my gears is WWE. Are you going to go ahead and go with Edge back in the Brood, or go with that character, or are you just going to keep teasing us and randomly play that theme song? It's just what's the whole point there? I wish I knew why they're going and putting that music again. It's not part of his character anymore. It hasn't been for over 10 years. It's just. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be tuning either. I'll be hungover as well. I'll probably be working.
Don't get me wrong. The music is cool, and I've bumped it in my car myself. But I just, as far as storyline wise, I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, I know Miz has been the same, but it's relevant, man. Look how CM Punk buried MJF. You're just another version of MJF. I mean, of the Miz. He told MJF, I'm like, I gotta give Miz the credits too. As much as we hate him because it's the same character for the last 15 years, but not really. Kind of changed a little bit, It did change. It's kind of same attitude, you could say. which I think you could say is the same character. But still, I mean, no matter what, I prefer Miz heel, you know, especially from Raw, because I think they need it the most. And this is what I said. Why MJF? I mean, excuse me, about MJF. Why Big E needed to win against Roman Reigns at Survivor Series. I'm not saying that it's. And remember one thing I did say on Clark's Stream. I did say that even though the card doesn't seem as meh, but if sometimes they surprise you, you never know. So I might tune in and actually watch this. Even though I'm hungover, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to have to see it. So I'm going to have to see it. Oh yes. Yes, I agree with that. I agree. We do need the 2016 Miz. I'm with you on that. If they can bring that up, definitely. Yes, definitely. Yeah. No, yeah. I yes, he did make the IC title relevant too on Raw. And
SmackDown.
And SmackDown too, yes. Yes.
That Talking Smack promo.
Yes. Oh my God. That 2016 Miz, we do need that one back for sure. I'm with you on that 100%. Now let's get into it, Money Mike. Your thoughts about the card, especially, which I forgot to mention, my apologies. Another one that is, of course, it's just like you have to acknowledge the tribal chief. That's another one that's been the biggest one on SmackDown. He fired Paul Heyman. He gave him the Superman punch. Paul Heyman gave his afterthoughts. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know.
Listen, to paraphrase Eddie Kingston, acknowledge these nuts, Roman Reigns. Exactly. Nah, you know what? Roman is okay. He's not that bad as people might say he is, or some people, I guess. I don't know. I just can't get into it. I just can't get into Roman Reigns. He's very monotone. He's good in the ring. I'm not going to take that away from him, but I feel like what really gravitated me to that storyline was Paul Heyman. The idea of Paul Heyman being his manager instead of Brock Lesnar. I feel like that's what caught my interest. But now that that's gone, we're going to see what happens. How does he do on his own, and delivering his own promos all the time. We'll see how that goes. But as far as this match, I don't see him losing the title. I think he'll carry it all the way to WrestleMania, maybe lose it then. I'm more intrigued to see who wins the Rumble. That's what I'm looking forward to.
It's funny that you mentioned the Rumble. We don't even know, I think I'm going to wait until after this pay-per-view to see the outcome of the storylines or what's going to happen, because the Rumble doesn't seem that much great, to be honest. I mean, they're going to have to do one-time invitation those, because after all the talents that go, especially for the women's Rumble, they got to do a one-time everything. Okay. I love it. There you go. You got to acknowledge the tribal chief, man. You have to acknowledge him. I guess, yes, I get it. Yeah, exactly. They don't have enough talent for the Royal Rumble. They're going to have to do one-time deals. Hey, just come in. I'll pay you this much and just do the Rumble for one time. That could happen. I have no idea. But for this, okay, for the Roman's match, I feel Paul Heyman's tricking everyone. Something tells me that Paul Heyman is probably going to say it was a plan all along. They tricked Lesnar, and Lesnar loses again to Roman. That could be one thing that could happen. And, basically, he just did that to, persuade Brock Lesnar to trap him. That could be the case. Or it did really happen, and maybe Paul Heyman, goes back with Lesnar. You never know. We'll have to wait to see until day one. That's as close as I can. give Beyonce her gimmick back. Oh, man, an intergender Rumble. Maybe we can have an intergender Rumble. I mean, Championship Wrestling for Memphis, they have that. The Grind City Rumble. Make sure you will be watching them on Championship Wrestling from Memphis on their YouTube channel because they provide that. Because they are able to provide the Grind City Rumble for sure. But Putty is, I don't know. But I do see Roman retaining. I don't see him losing either. I see Mania. But what about the Big E match? What do you think about that?
I don't see Big E losing either. Personally, I'm a Bobby Lashley guy. I would like for Bobby Lashley to get the belt back or the title back. But I really don't think that's going to happen. I think Big E is also going to hold on to it until Mania.
You don't have to apologize, Dom. I feel the same way about her. I don't see that. 15 surprise nostalgia entrance. While coming back, this will mark my words. Jesus Christ!
At this point, they might as well add Eric Bischoff to the Rumble.
Oh my God! If they add Eric Bischoff
with his karate gi and all that.
Oh man, bring Jonathan Coachman back. Might as well add him into it.
And Jonathan Coachman.
Might as well just add him to it. I want to be supposed to see how you're gonna see a lot. 15 to 20 legends and 10 from the roster. You might see. Oh no, we've seen already too many boogeymen already. I want to say more. Maybe Hornswoggle at least for once. You never know. At least Hornswoggle.
Del Rio.
Oh no,
he took it right out. Yeah.
Oh no. So
Del Rio was gonna win the Rumble.
Oh my God! You know how much controversy Vince McMahon will get if that happens. Oh Jesus!
But he doesn't care. He's done worse things. Ending a Hell in a Cell with a DQ. Come on, just as bad as a decision as that.
You're right about that. He has done that. He has ended the Rumble. Oh my God! Maybe the Honky Tonk Man. Maybe maybe so. I have no idea. Maybe the Honky Tonk Man. But we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, this is what my fear was. Of Biggie winning the WWE title. Oh, you never know. Maybe that could have Sammy winning the Rumble. Maybe. I will be mad at that. I actually will be happy. I will be happy if Sammy wins the Rumble. I will not be mad at that. Oh, excuse me.
I think if you put Sammy with a faction, sure, why not? Or Kevin Owens, yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Owens possibly too. You never know. Maybe Kevin Owens. But oh my God, we have to wait until we talk to Rumble week. I can't wait till we get to Rumble pretty soon. But they won this match. I want to see how the presentation going to be as well. I want to see how the look's going to be. I want to see how everything's set up. Okay, like I said, Big E for me was the fear for him to go wrong. And now they're not really focusing on him. If you notice that, not as much. I mean, they're trying to because of KO. You got to give credit to Kevin Owens too. He's doing his best. He re-signed for a reason, and we understand family comes first. So he did it for the family. So I respect Kevin Owens for what he did. Kevin Owens now, try to. You know what? I really, as much as I love Big E, but I wouldn't mind KO having his Mania moment. Might as well have him win the WWE title at Mania. You never know. Oh my God, Gooper. No. You're lucky that Matt's not here. Matt would have been like, what?
Why would you do that?
And the other thing, let's see, wait. It's not going to happen. Maybe.
How could they make Brock versus Lashley happen? How could that happen? Tell me, Ivan. The people want it. I want it.
We've been asking for this like the last year and a half too. I think we've been asking for this. Yes. See, even them, they asked for it. You see yes, we know. Well, yes, KO is a Vinny guy because KO proved himself. He could talk on the mic. He is a great performer, and he's a household name outside of WWE, not in WWE. So that's a good thing about that. KO is a gem. Yes, he is. Yeah, I'm with you on that too. I wanted actually Biggie and KO day one. I wouldn't mind that either. But a hard reset needs to happen. Absolutely. Yeah, anything is sport. Yes, Staples. When you mention Staples, we have the crypto, not the Staples Center anymore. It kind of hurts. But yes, let's go back to the highlights of Rob's question. So, how can you book this money, Mike? You're telling me, how can I book this? Jesus, if that's the case, have Lashley win the Rumble, challenge Lesnar for the Universal title, and have it a Mania. Why not?
So you would have Lashley win Rumble, Brock win title.
Yes.
I actually would have it the other way around.
Brock winning the Rumble, Lashley win title?
Yeah. I think that would probably be more interesting.
You're not gonna see
have Brock lose at day one. If Brock,
interesting.
Because honestly, odds are that Brock is going to lose at day one. So now he's going to have to challenge for another title. Might as well be the WWE. Wait, I even lost track, man. The Raw title.
Yes, it is a sensitive because we are now known as the crypto, not Staples Center. The crypto. It's horrible. I hate that shit. It's horrible. Yes. Yes, I know. Jesus, man. You feel our pain, brother. You feel our pain. But I like that. Maybe you're right about that. Maybe that could happen. Maybe so.
As long as it makes that match happen, man, I'm all for it.
Yeah. I'm with you 100%. And hopefully that could happen. I'm all for it too. Final thoughts now on RK Bro. I mean, do you feel like they should be separated or continue this tag team division by far? What's going on?
I have not watched. I have not kept up. It goes to show just my disinterest in the brand itself. Both Matt Riddle and our RK Bro, Randy Orton, they both have tremendous talent in the ring, and I can honestly say that it would be better if they went on their own. I would like that better, or against each other. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, we have to wait and see. I mean, and then not only that, you in NXT New Year's Evil, you're having Matt Riddle competing and AJ Styles, out of all people, competing at NXT Evo. That's how you can tell that their NXT 2.0 is hurting very deeply.
But see, and now you bring up Omos and AJ Styles, right? Another weird pairing, right? They love their weird pairings over there. I feel like RK Bro is going to end up just the same as Omos and AJ. So
no, they already separated them. They broke up. So now Omos is a heel and AJ is now a face.
See, so, it all ends the same. It really does.
Yes, Goldberg has one more match left, and now he's going to be. Yeah, I hope so too, but I don't think
it could happen in real life.
It could happen in real life, but not in the WWE ring. I don't know, man. I wish something for the best for 2.0. I can't really tell you that. Everybody. No, AJ's going to ask for his release. I don't think he will be getting his release. He's going to ask for it. I don't think Nick Khan is stupid to tell Ben, say, let him go. We're paying him too much money. If you do that, you just fucked it up. But I would not do that if I was Vince McMahon.
You know what? No. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if he asks and they go ahead and do it. I mean, not against AJ, but I feel like, he's kind of on the older side now. He helped out this Omos kid or guy, and he served that purpose. Now he's going to NXT. Maybe AJ is not going to want to do that. And if he asks for his release, then that's it. I feel. Mm-hmm.
I know we are a black and gold brand, but I know, but we have to accept what we have with what we are seeing today. It's for the future of the WWE. So, wishing best future endeavors on that. That is what I can wish for NXT 2.0, best future endeavors.
It's reminding me of 205 almost. Kind of get in there.
There you go. Exactly. Oh man, and I mean, releasing no, not releasing everybody, because the one thing that Tony Khan should not make the mistake is doing what Ted Turner and Eric Bischoff did, getting everybody together, getting the group together. Of course, we already know that we had the group. You know, they were a group already in New Japan, but then you're bringing not everybody together. It's like, nah, man, you don't want to make the same mistake or repeat deja vu, because then it's going to be everybody's, same old shit. You're going to have AJ and AEW, and, it's tough. I mean, I don't have no idea. Yes, we all want AJ and Omega. We're going to get it. We're going to get that, but maybe in New Japan. You never know. Maybe AJ will go back to New Japan.
You know what? That comment right there, that if we can choose a comment of the night, that's my favorite one right there. We are not your kind, signed Black and Gold fans. Absolutely. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, here on episode 83, the final episode of 2021 here on Circle Debate. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. What a fantastic 2021 has been for all of us, especially for our family, the League of Extraordinary Podcast, especially fantastic Christmas special that we had, Thanksgiving special, and of course, with the additions on the League of Extraordinary Podcast, adding Ted, Ivy, Ref Avi Veronica, Tyler Peters, OG Will, and Nelio from Rewind Wrestling Radio Network, Dom, South Philly Psycho, Wendy, Grandma Wendy, of course, for president, and of course, Mr. High Class, the MJF of podcasting, Bruce, from Top Rope Wrestle Talk, and Kenny, of course, from the Call Up. Man, it's been a great, fantastic 2021 for all of us, all of the League of Extraordinary Podcasters. Dirty Heels, Kofi, Good Brother, Joe for the Ring, Frank, get better in your surgery, Kyle, Jeremy, I'm glad you're back, wrestling once again. Hopefully we see you here in the States. Jonah, I know you're taking a break off from Rewind, Recap, Relive, but, hopefully we get to see you back. Anthony, of course, Mr. Hollywood has been taking care of a lot of things all over besides Titantron and Classic Classroom, Classic. And, of course, with Turnbuckle Tavern, shout out to them as well, to Chad and Sneed and OG Fig Kid. Ring Fanatics, of course, are doing a fantastic job as well. They're adding, their third host on the show, adding Gina, Bina, Nick and Joel. Another phenomenal job. Of course, Universal Wrestling Podcast, Nick, the Tendery Man, another one. Nick, I appreciate you very much. You've been a phenomenal brother, man, as well. And also to George Mackay, and the Queen of Podcasting. They've been doing an incredible job too, as well. I'm shouting at everybody here, obviously because we're ending the 2021 with a new bang, and I want to thank all the League of Extraordinary Podcasts, that I'm adding here. And that's what I know that's what you do. That's right. Yes, Brother King. Yes, and of course, man. Hopefully, yeah, you will see me in the chat tomorrow for sure. I'll be there. Man, and who was I missing here? Oh, Backstage Brawl, of course. Randy and Eric, of course, man. Love you guys as much as well. Love your Sunday shows you guys do live. And I'm glad to see you guys are back now on YouTube. And you catch them on Spotify as well and all the social media audio platforms as well. And, of course, want to go ahead and also shout out to the Queen Queen Kiki, who we just added to the League of Extraordinary Podcast as well. Queen Kiki, I cannot wait to hear more. I know you're taking a hiatus break I cannot wait to hear the upcoming. And of course, that's one of our mascots there. But his mascot more suplexology.
She's she's ready to knock some sense into Vince McMahon. I'll tell you.
I hope so. I did mention the homies from Rewind. I did. I just mentioned them earlier. I mentioned Ted, Ivy, Amy, Tyler Peters, and of course, I did mention Nelly and OG Phil. Also wanted to mention Counted Out, Mike and Tyler. Of course, Tyler Wolf. Counted Out been doing another fantastic job with part of the league. Side note, Suplex as well. CJ Styles always providing you the upcoming briefing news, everything was coming on. And Half K as well, as they cover the past of what's going on from NXT. Excuse me, for the Black and Gold brand as well. Another one, phenomenal work from everyone there. And I want to thank all the League of Extraordinary Podcasters for being a part of this family. And of course, I want to thank my man, my compadre, mi hermano, my brother that is right here beside me. Been here since day one, of course. Since we began the debates. That is because he is the undisputed, the unmatched, the unrivaled, the uncensored, and the unscripted himself, the by God of podcasting, Money Mike Lopez. Because, man, even though we're now keeping it alive right now, of course, Matt Callis is taking care of things with Kenny Omega. Of course, the director, he's taking care of things as well. He should be back soon to directing. But, man, what an incredible year, Money Mike. What are your thoughts about 2021? Oh, well, there you go. Looks like he took off. Looks like he had a technical difficulties. Thank you. But it's actually more... No, it's all of you guys for tuning in. Yes, I put a dysfunctional family for a reason, because we all have incredible talent around the podcasting world. And also wanted to, mention, of course, the additionals that we have on the Circle Debate that are behind the scenes. And that is DJ What a Mess, of course, Rob. He has been a phenomenal supporting cast. And also, he was a DJ for Old Fashioned Wrestling. You'll see him again pretty soon doing some DJing for Old Fashioned Wrestling. Supporting cast. Much love to you, brother. Appreciate all the love and support. And of course, we do have our music producer, our producer himself. That is Leo Estrada. Leo is another one that, as well, that if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have all this music that we have. Because of him. So I really, really, was it for him that we would not be where we're at to this day as well, besides, Rob, and appreciate you guys for all the love and support that you guys have given. And, of course, our new addition to, yes, and I have to acknowledge the Tribal Chief, because they've been on hiatus too, but they're back. And that is, of course, the Messiah of podcasting and the Tribal Chief of podcasting. And that is Devin and Hafiz from Clark Street Wrestling Podcast. Those are my brothers that I love very much. I love you guys, for all the support as well that you guys have shown. And, and I'm really proud of you guys being also as well, the family as well of the League of Extraordinary Podcast. I'm glad that, all of you guys are a part of this. And no, he's now the Messiah of podcasting. He is no longer the Nigerian Nightmare. So, yes, looks like Money Mike has just advised me that he lost internet connection because of the weather, ladies and gentlemen. But it's okay. That's not a problem. But I just wanted to go ahead and say to everyone for tuning in or to listening, for all our supporters out there, which I forgot to mention, is Jesus Christ. The addition that I had was our brother Jose Lupillo Rivera, which is our cameraman who is now part of Circle Debate behind the scenes. Well, that's up for debate. I mean, he's still the Nigerian Nightmare, but he's more the Messiah of podcasting. He'll tell you himself. He can tell you himself. But yeah, so Jose Rivera is also part of our team as well. We're growing our team as much as possible and growing the family of here at Circle Debate. And once again, I want to thank all of you guys, our subscribers, our listeners, our audio platform listeners around the world, especially up in Colombia. Muchas gracias por escuchar aquí Circle Debate. Gracias por todo el apoyo y soporte que nos das a nosotros aquí en el Circle Debate. Y gracias por el apoyo aquí en el año 2021. Hay que seguir adelante para 2022 y para dar a ustedes a sus programas todo más con más entrevistas, con más todo capítulos que vienen para ustedes. Les agradecemos mucho por apoyarnos aquí en Circle Debate y también a todos de nuestra Latinoamérica también. Muchas gracias por el apoyo también toda Latinoamérica y all of our European listeners. Of course, Money Mike, his internet connection was lost on his side, but he sends choose to everyone, as he's saying it. He sends choose to everyone. And, Money Mike thanks all of you guys as well for making him the most violent podcaster of podcasting. So he thanks you guys very much as well for the love and support that you've given us. And once again, tune in as it's not over yet because I believe tomorrow we'll be having our top 5 wrestling moments of 2021 as we're going to end the year with a top 5, giving our top 5 match of the year, storyline, rookie, so much more coming on our top 5. So make sure you guys tune in for that. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the host, the devious one I've been see. And of course, alongside, but they're all gone. I mean, Money Mike is gone. We want to go ahead and thank all of you guys for tuning in. And Happy New Year's. Enjoy your New Year's out there. Be safe. Have fun with the family. Do not drink and drive. Just drink at home. And just to let you guys know what we do here on Circle Debate, but also around the world and to the League of Extraordinary Podcasts, what we do here. We don't just make podcasts. We make history.